strikes that we're seeing, so we're seeing some stuff now. Strikes are hitting in Iran, in Tehran. We also saw, I mentioned earlier, there were some strikes on Baghdad. It looks like those were on Iranian proxies, so I would guess that would be Israel. Their drones, we're told, are hitting Iranian proxies right now. Look, this is the reason that President Trump put out, and we walked you through this time frame of the ceasefire, that it's going to be a phased ceasefire, because look, when you're running military operations like this, communications are what they
ceasefire. I love that. Keep going. It's great.
The information, and there's even stories about one of the biggest Revolutionary War battles that were fought even after Yorktown took place. So communications do break down after war, in wartime. And look, if you got fighters up, if you got assets out in the ground, some of these operate without communication, so of course the enemy can't track them, but then that also means you don't get the ability to run down to them and say, hey guys, by the way, call it off. And so I would expect to see more strikes from potentially both sides. Now, interestingly enough, the Iranians would have an easier way of stopping their strikes, because their strikes are predominantly missile-based, and so presumably the commanders are in direct communication with Tehran, whereas with Israel, you've got fighters, you've got Mossad, you've got drones, you've got all sorts of other stuff going on, so it might be harder for them to be able to call it off. That may be the reason that we saw the phase in the ceasefire for President Trump's tweet. But either way, expect a few more attacks like this tonight, and then really tomorrow is what we're looking for to see if the ceasefire holds.